days ago, I went to a watch meetup here in Portland, Oregon. I took my camera, I videoed some watches, no big whoop. Groups like these, they're a great way to see watches that you might not see in stores, they're a great way to learn things, and they're a great way to meet people. People who won't shame you for spending money you don't have on things that you don't need. You know, enablers. I'll get back to that because I know people have questions about watch groups and meetups, but first let's talk about some of those things you don't need. Here is the Grand Seiko SBGH337. This uses the 62GS case, which still might be my favorite Grand Seiko case design, and this one is in steel. It's 40 millimeters across, has 100 meters of water resistance, and man, that dial, lavender with almost a spiral guilloche pattern, it's spectacular, like in the literal sense of that word. With this dial, the sword hands, and the case angles, for me, this is one of the most beautiful watches Grand Seiko has made in the last few years, which is a hell of a statement. Oh hey, it's a Tudor Black Bay 58. We've seen a lot of these. Now hold on a second, what's that on the dial? This is the goddess of victory. Her name is Nike. See, I live pretty close to the headquarters of a famous company which also goes by the name Nike, and this watch was a very small limited edition collaboration with Tudor and Nike. This watch was only available to a few employees at Nike, and on the case back it even says, if found, please return to 1 Bowerman Drive, which is the address for Nike in Beaverton, Oregon. I think this collaboration is amazing. It makes me think that I should look into a You're Terrific Tudor Pelagos that is permanently sized for only 7-inch wrists. Let's make that happen. And here's another collab watch that's much better than my idea. This is the CWC Grey NATO watch. First, if you don't know the Grey NATO, you should stop this video immediately and go listen to Jason Heaton and James Stacy's amazing podcast. Do it now. It's all about adventure, travel, diving, driving, gear, and most certainly watches. And this collaboration is with Cabot Watch Company, aka CWC. It's really good. It's a 42 millimeter titanium watch with 300 meters of water resistance, and of course, a 12-hour bezel, which is the Grey NATO's way to track a second time zone without a GMT complication. It's super light, it has fixed strap bars, and I assume it will only take Grey NATO style straps. Other colors somehow won't fit through this case. I'm not sure how they pulled that off. Now, a lot of people ask me about watch meetups. People want to attend, and here's why that's kind of tricky. So at these gatherings, there could be literally millions of dollars worth of watches. So a good watch meetup, and maybe the only kind you should attend, is one that's in a secure location and it's kind of secretive. It's tough to get into these groups by design. You need to be vetted. My suggestion is start by contacting the Red Bar group to see if there's a local chapter in your area. And if there is, you can get some info on who to talk to and what hoops you might have to jump through to attend. It's not easy, and it's not supposed to be. Would you trust you around something like this white gold Speedmaster? White gold case and bracelet. This thing is hefty and handsome, so we have that in common. This can be yours for a little under $60,000, which I promise is much cheaper than going to the moon yourself, so from that perspective, this is a bargain. This uses Omega 3861 movement, and that's as opposed to this Platinum Speedy. This one uses the classic 321 movement, which is a collector favorite. The subdials on this Platinum watch are made from lunar meteorite. Lunar meteorites are pieces of the moon that have landed on Earth as a result of an asteroid hitting the moon. So see, you don't have to go to the moon at all. The moon comes to us in small, unpredictable chunks. So generous. Let's dip into something a little more affordable. This is the Zodiac Super Seawolf, and this is yet another collaboration watch. This one between Zodiac and Ariel Adams from A Blog to Watch. This one is known as the Aquamarine Dream Special Edition. Great colors, love the sapphire bezel insert, always love a sapphire bezel. The owner of this watch has it on a rubber strap from Barton Bands, which are great straps. I own a bunch of those. On the back of this watch is a handwritten message, "I'd rather be swimming," which is almost always an accurate statement for me. I would, even right now. It's not you, it's me. But until I'm in the water next, here's an older Sinn 103. This one is in steel and has a countdown bezel. There have been and are a lot of Sinn 103 watches, and this one in steel with the red argon stamp on the dial. This isn't one that Sinn makes anymore. They make a titanium version with the argon stamp, and they make a steel 103 without the argon stamp, but but not this exact combo anymore. I really like Sinn watches, and I want to feature more on this channel. I contacted Sinn in Germany a few months ago, and they'd love to send me watches to review, but they just don't have the means to get them to me affordably, since as they explained it, they're a pretty lean operation. I guess I'll just have to stop by Frankfurt am Main someday and visit them in Germany. This was my first time seeing the JLC Polaris Perpetual calendar. Wow, what a watch. 42mm steel case that's less than 12mm thick with 100 meters of water resistance. $36,000, which is kinda not a terrible price for a water-resistant perpetual calendar watch. Perpetual calendar meaning that in this case, if you keep the watch running, you won't need to set it manually until the year 2100. This watch is so cool that as I was recording video of it, someone took it out of my hand to look at it. Not the owner, mind you, just another addict. Nicely finished movement and case, as you'd expect from this price and from one of the most famous watchmakers of all time. Another famous watchmaker, Patek Philippe. This is the Aquanaut travel time. Now, I don't use the word grail much because I don't have a grail. I don't think I ever could. But this watch is in that category for a lot of people, and I don't think they're wrong. What makes this a travel time watch is that the buttons on the left side of the case allow you to move the hour hand, one of the hour hands, in 1 hour increments, leaving a second hour hand at a second time. That also indicates with the apertures on the dial that read local and home, blue for night, white for day. I would like to own this watch. I would like that very much. Another dual time watch from a Swiss heavy hitter. This is the Vacheron Constantin Overseas Dual Time. 41mm, 150 meters of water resistance, $31,000, but it comes with a rubber strap, so you know, worth it. This one has an AM/PM indicator at 9 o'clock. That's showing the AM or PM of the larger hour hand, the one with the red triangle. And then there's the date at 6 o'clock. This uses Vacheron's 5110 manufacture caliber, which is quite a looker. 60 hours of power reserve and a 22 karat gold rotor weight with a compass motif etched on it. Check this out. A Breitling with a ceramic case and a tourbillon at 12 o'clock. This is the Top Time B21 Shelby Cobra edition. 44mm in diameter, 15.4mm thick, 100 meters of water resistance. I can't tell you how many times I've been swimming with a watch and wished that it had a tourbillon. I can't tell you because I don't think it's ever happened, but maybe now it will? $50,000 for this beast. A tourbillon is a fancy spinning cage inside a mechanical watch that holds the balance wheel and the escapement. It was invented to counteract the effects of gravity on a watch's accuracy, especially a watch stuck in one position like a clock or a pocket watch. Not really necessary in a wristwatch, and yet here we are, and I'm not complaining. Okay, one last watch and one of my favorites from the meetup. This is the Omega DeVille Jump Hour. This was made for a very brief time. Some people say only made in 1998. And this being on an original bracelet, you just don't see this very often. What do I like so much about this watch? Well, there's the amazing salmon dial with depth and texture. And then there's the cool case shape, but what I really love is how it displays time. There's only one hand on this dial and it's the minutes hand, but there's a number at 12 o'clock. This is a jump hour. The hour jumps, it's a jump hour. How cool is that? It not only jumps forward, but it jumps backwards too. This uses the Omega Caliber 1221, which is based off a modified ETA 2892-A2. I'd love to see Omega bring this back or introduce another jump hour, but I don't think that's gonna happen because Omega isn't fun anymore, but I'll keep hoping. And that's all for now from the watch meetup. If you want to get to a watch meetup, I really hope you can make that happen. It'll take some effort, but it's very worth it. Because in the end, the real friends were the watches we met along the way.